Okay, Lewe 5. Let's give it a live run through, see how it goes. Yesterday, when I realised that it's the intermediate axis. So I saw a video from Veritasium, talks about the intermediate axis theorem, and then at the end of it he said, don't worry about the Earth. The Earth is not on the unstable axis because it's on the moment of greatest mass. And I went, no it isn't. The moment of greatest mass is inside the planet. It's this. It's this motion. This represents the moment of greatest mass inside the planet. And that therefore the orbital plane of the planet is the north-south, the unstable axis. Because this axis, the east-west equatorial axis, is spinning at velocity c. Everything is relative inside the spinning, so it's irrelevant. But the spinning exists, it's the strong force. So it makes sense, we have the strong force, we have the weak force, we have the electromagnetic and the nuclear forces. So that was yesterday. So I was sleeping, I slept well, don't worry, I slept well, because I think this is it. Finally, Lewe proves the fifth dimension is where we're going. The fifth dimension is the additional axis point that is not revealed by rest mass. It's only revealed by Lewe and the positive moment. You see the additional axis. So I'll put that. So here's my system. Here's the center of my planet. And I found this drawing, which I hadn't finished. And so this is me designing a nuclear bomb fuse. But this represents the inside of the planet. It's perlite. It's carbon and iron in motion. And they take up the two forms of carbon and iron that are available when it's static. If you freeze that, you get perlite layers of the two arrangements of Fe and C, carbon and iron. When it's in motion, it looks like this. That the carbon and iron arrangements trying to arrange themselves in the center of the planet cannot settle on a settled arrangement of stillness. They must remain in motion. They take this shape, forming bodies of density within the planet in the size of an atom, because this is subatomic time particle, the structure of the atom. And the atom is just replicated into the solar system, and that's what I'm going to show you. So this is the center of the planet. This represents the planet, the mass of the planet. And I've just represented it as the intermediate axis theorem figure. You've got my yellow axis, greatest moment, red axis, smallest moment, orbital axis, intermediate, now, north-south. So we've got my rotations, systems. This is a perfect 2 pi system, remember. I'm ignoring what it is now because it's out of balance. Moon goes around once every 28 days. Earth goes around once every day. Sun goes around once every 28 days. The two are balanced. Orbits, Earth goes around the moon 28 days. Rotations, it goes around 13 times a year. 13 months of 28 days. The sun, earth, moon, 364 days. And there's one of those per year. So that the length of time for one sun rotation around the center of reality is 364 days equals 1 year. You can see in the detail here I've put, you've got, there's a complication with the intermediate axis theorem where you've got two bodies that actually look like the intermediate axis that are rotating as well. So this is the clockwise rotation that drives everything. It represents the moon in terms of its dimensional arrangement for the center of how the Earth works. The moon that we see is an illusion. The actual moon is here. It's the ice of the North Pole. This represents the opposite of it. Its density within the planet. And this represents the motion of the planet inside it, carbon and iron arranging itself. And so the North Pole goes around once, and we go around with it naturally. The Earth goes around that once with the North Pole, and that the viscosity of the planet controls the speed of that rotation. And currently It's too viscous because we're going too slow. It takes too long because it's too big. It's all wrong. It's not 2 pi. It takes too long. So the system's all out to whack. So this is showing perfection. This goes around once. This should go around 13 times inside the planet. Here's my 28 days rotation of the Earth around its moon that we see. It's done a rotation around this point. This takes place 28 days, 13 times a year, and this goes around once. This goes around 364 times on its own axis. So if science is saying that the Earth is safe because we're not on the unstable axis, it is wrong. And it's as simple as that. It's wrong. Now, if Lewe is right, Lewe 1915 is a document that lies in the canon of science. If that document is wrong, I want it disproven. Bring it into the light and show me why it's wrong, because I will show you that it links directly to rest mass. You simply replace rest mass with the positive moment from Lewe's work, and you too can be doing this work. In fact, you can be doing it, because I'd like to stop. As far as I'm concerned, the case is closed. Lewe is gold. His word replaces the foundation of physics as it currently is, and the world of truth, justice, and peace begins. So, science, the same question. Tell us about Lewe. When did he die again? Remember, forgiveness, forgiveness, forgiveness. This is going to be a brilliant time ahead for us. We want as many souls with us who can come. And that means everyone has a chance to step forward right now into the world where God exists. And you go find him. And you build that relationship. And you make sure your karmic load is properly accounted for. Because the end days are here. The new planet. Love rules. Do the work. Choose.